The Home project came from a 4-year program that we're doing at Arts Centre Melbourne, which is called the Betty Amsden Participation Program. It began with a project last year called Play Me I'm Yours, where we had 24 beautifully decorated pianos all around Melbourne.
The project of home I felt would be a really strong project in this program because it's something that is a common denominator amongst us all. Everybody, no matter where we live, where we're from, everyone has a reference point and an impression of what home may mean to them.
To me, my home, when I thought about it, I was brought up with sharing and giving and always to help anyone I came across.
It was partly about celebrating our commonality rather than our diversity that made this project really perfect.
With the Home project, we've quite literally thrown open the doors of the Arts Centre. We've laid out the welcome mat and really encouraged the people of Victoria to come into their Arts Centre.
Darryl Cordell is a Melbourne-based artist, had this idea of working with the archetypical shape of a Western house and asking people to respond to that in a creative way.
When I was at art school, I used to use the home or the house motif a bit in my sculpture. And drawings, I was always quite interested in the power of the image and its connection with people, and it harks back to the earliest drawings that we do as kids and our earliest memories, and so it's a very deeply rooted psychological response.
So we worked with over 100 different community groups. We worked with workshop facilitators, professional artists who went out, gave everyone a whole bunch of blank houses, talked about the themes of home and what that might mean, and then basically let people go with it.
It's small, it's a simple object, and you can just go to town and express yourself. And it's the simplicity of it which helps, I think, people to get into it.
Family, friends, entertaining, food.
Talking together, playing together, it's all home.
If I'm focusing to do something and targeting that thing becomes a home for me.
There's no fighting there, no swearing, and people are nice.
Me playing with my toys and teasing my mum.
Always the open door, for people to just come in. Never the tidiest house, I don't remember.
It was an incredible atmosphere, actually, because it brought people from all walks of life together. I think one of the great extensions of the workshop was the fact that people were talking. It's not just about what you create, it's about getting there, and it's about the conversations that you have while you're getting there.
The beautiful thing about the workshops is because they're intergenerational, there's been lovely connections and stories come up amongst grandma making a home sitting beside her grandchild. The connections have been really, storytelling has come about, which we haven't necessarily enforced, but it's just been this lovely, gentle space.
And our message right through was there are no good houses, there are no bad houses. It's just about the act of creation.
Because art's got barriers, so if people don't think they're creative, they don't participate. Whereas this is I think it crosses through some of those boundaries, and it just helps people feel relaxed enough to participate in something like that.
Our artists have intellectual disabilities. Doing something like this just offered them an opportunity to try something kind of completely different from what they would usually do.
A lot of children and families are here from far, far away. They're not at home, they want to be at home, and they often are separated from their friends and their family who they associate with their own homes. So thinking about home and keeping people thinking about home is really important on the journey to getting better.
You think about home, you have to also think about homelessness, and you have to think about what does that mean for people who don't have that place, and what does home mean to them?
I guess if there's a bottom line to this, at the core of your sense of self and well-being in life is a home.
People have made really amazing and beautiful artworks that if they had sat down thinking I have to make an artwork, they may not have been able to do it. But what's come out is that true, deep expression, which is why they're so beautiful.
Well, the launch event was partly an exhibition opening to be able to get all of those houses together at the same time and have them all out. But it was really about celebrating everybody's work, inviting all of the people that had decorated houses to come here and to see their work.
to encourage people to take the little houses away and just to have a big bash, really.
It's very joyful, very uplifting, and also wonderful to be amongst strangers and feel so relaxed and enjoying the moment.
It was like a coming home. I know in my own heart, home's a place of gathering and a celebration. That's what it was like in there today.
The day after the big housewarming, when I opened up the website, I just couldn't believe how many houses had been posted, how people were really attaching personality to their little house that they had put somewhere, about really feeling a part of its journey.
Social media was very important because we wanted to get a snapshot of what happens to these little houses once they journey out into the world.
We created a custom-built website to really aggregate all of that social content. It allowed us to have a page where everything that existed in the online space about the project could live together, whether it was on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, we could see it in the one place. The other great part about it is that if you had painted a house yourself or if you'd seen one that you really liked, you could search the number of that house in this website and you could follow its journey along the way.
They've gone regional across Victoria, they've gone interstate. We saw a photo of a house in Darwin and there was a house posted from Dallas in Texas. To me personally, that's a great part of the project, that we let it go. The great moment for me was the first Sunday, and this was the first day that the house was up for the entire day, that people were seeing it, walking up, moving around the big house, looking at all the fantastic little houses and responding.
This centerpiece of the woodwork with all the little homes in them, it's like a big heart, a core in the middle, and the music radiating from it, with people busy around either dancing in front of the stage or sitting up here and creating.
It's very cleverly designed to get people to connect. So I feel like I'm a child again.
One response was from an elderly gentleman, he would have, I imagine, said in his 70s, who practiced as an architect all his life. And he just came in and just sat down straight away and started painting flowers on his house. And I went up and spoke to him and he said, this is so good. I've spent all my life drawing straight lines, and now I can have fun.
It's a visual arts project, it's a participatory community arts project, and it's a performing arts project that allows everyone to get involved.
Decorating a house or playing a piano or painting a piano are all things that we might not normally do in our day-to-day lives, but they're really beautiful moments to stop and to think. And indeed, through the sharing of those projects, that also provides the next moment for connecting with other people, connecting with people that you do know and that you love, and connecting with people that you don't know.
And I just love the feeling when I see the community come to these places, talk to one another and understand and try to get a conversation going where we can respect one another. And in a small way, very small way, I'm hoping that in some instances it's going to show to people how important it is to care for one another.
I hope that the more that people talk to strangers in a little house painting workshop, the more that they might smile and say hello to a stranger on the street, and that we might all see that we're all part of one ecosystem living together.
Our heartfelt thanks go out to Miss Betty Amsden. She's helped us establish those really deep community connections that will last.